And hello, everyone. Oh, look at everybody here. We can see the comments pouring in. We are so happy to have you here. And as we begin, I'd like to share with everybody a memory of early this morning and very recent for some of us. But just as you opened your eyes this very morning, greeted the world and replanted yourself, you came from an awareness. And that awareness is something that we would love to continue you on this journey. So today we have three master spiritual teachers here to point and guide you to, yes, to look and to inquire, but through a gentle transformation, a more of a less of a compassionate transformation from awareness that is already yours and that is being remembered. So we want to thank you so much for your willingness to inquire in a new direction, and that is inward. So we will be beginning with the first 30 minutes with Kevin Schoeninger, and he is going to be followed by Stephen Altair for 30 minutes, and then anchoring in with GP Walsh for the final 30 minutes. But following all of these, yes, so following everything. So we're going to have them just flow right into the next. But at the very end, after the deep experiences, we will open it up for the Q&A. We don't know how long that will be because there could be so many questions or just a few. But it is with great gratitude, deep, deep, deep gratitude that we all come together and share in awakening awareness. So Kevin, would you like to take us away?
Yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Stephen and GP and all of you gathered here today. I'm really looking forward to this layering of practice, one on the next. We're going to begin with some Qigong, and we're going to do this standing. So make sure that you have room to stand in about an arm's width space around you for doing Qigong. And Qigong, what is Qigong? Qigong is combination of Qi and Gong. Qi is life energy, the life force within and all around us, the source of life that flows through us and flows through all beings. And Gong is a skill or working with. So we are working with life energy in Qigong. And we do this in standing and seated practices, in still and moving practices. So we're going to begin that in just a moment. And so still, if you need time to set up your environment for standing, and then you also want to be able to have a seat available so that you can go from standing right into sitting. Okay. All right. So Qigong is about learning to sense life energy within you. So interoception, sensing life energy within and all around you, gathering life energy and flowing with life energy. Okay, so let's move right into our practice. We're going to have a series of practices, probably right about 30 minutes or so. And let's get started. So I'm going to move back to a stance behind me and guide you through. So here we go. Okay, so let's begin by settling into a good stance. We're going to call this Wuji stance. Wuji is the primordial stillness prior to all movement. So prior to creation, prior to yin and yang, is this Wuji stillness. And we embody this Wuji stillness in a stance of stillness, in a rooted stance, a grounded stance. So if you look down at your feet and you want them to be parallel to each other and about hip wide or shoulder wide, or even a little wider if that's comfortable for you. And we're going to begin by feeling the contact of your feet with the ground underneath you, and just rock forward and back so you feel your weight shift back into your heels and then forward into the balls of your feet, back and forth. You're awakening sensory awareness in the soles of your feet, getting out of your head, getting into your body and into your feet, into this sense of feeling the ground, feeling the presence of the ground. And now just allow your weight to settle into a point just behind the balls of your feet right in the center of your feet, called the bubbling well point. It's right in the center of your feet. And imagine you have roots right down through those bubbling well points down into the ground. So you feel that strong connection down into the ground. And now feel your knees connected down through your lower legs, through those root points, down into the ground. And feel the connection of your hips. So sit down into your hips, bend your knees a little bit. Feel the connection of your hips, knees, feet, and ground. And now feel the connection from the lower dantian, an energy center, the center of physical vitality, in the center of your lower abdomen. So imagine that, feel that right here. Feel the connection of the lower dantian right down through your legs and down into the ground. So that's the foundation, that arch of support is the foundation of your stance. As you bend your knees just slightly, you can really feel that strong connection to the earth. And now feel the connection from the lower dantian right up through the core of your body and through the top of your head. And imagine there's a string attached to the top of your head, drawing your spine gently upright. So feel this central channel right up through the core of your body, including your spine, through the top of your head. And see if you can feel all three of those channels at once, the two leg channels down and the central channel up. Okay, and now just rest your hands, palms facing behind you. Just have a light floating feeling in your hands and fingers and forearms. An easy, relaxed, floating, soft feeling in your hands. And let your hands come to rest. Let your shoulders relax down. Your hands are floating and sink down into your stance. And then have a soft gaze forward and down at the ground. So maybe just slightly close your eyes so they're half open for the moment and just feel the stillness within you and all around you. Feel the stillness, the primordial stillness, prior to all movement, prior to creation. This oneness of stillness, this integrated wholeness, Wuji. So your eyes are fixed on a point in front of you, so they're still. Your body is still. The space around you is still. There is only stillness. What a relief to be still. Nothing to do. Simply be Now, very slowly, out of the stillness, there's a gentle bouncing motion. So allow your heels to raise up and down off the ground. You're bouncing on the balls of your feet, just gently, letting your hands and forearms gently shake, vibrating your whole body, keeping your knees just very slightly bent. Feeling the rhythm, the vibration of your heels hitting the ground. And feel that vibration travel up through your legs, through your torso, head, and arms. Feel that vibration through all your internal organs, through all your muscles and bones. And let your whole body shake loose. You can let that motion become as big as you'd like to, or it can be as small and gentle as you like. Whatever feels good. Maybe your calves start to burn a little bit, and that's okay. It's just energy moving. Notice if there's anywhere in your body that feels tight or tense, restricted. Put your mind and your breath right in the center of those spots. Breathe into them. And as you exhale, release any tension and shake loose. And if you want to move in any other way, feel free. Let your body be free. All right. And now stop and be as still as you can be. Feel your body as a whole from the inside. Sense the entire space inside your skin. You may feel a tingling or a warmth, maybe in your hands or your feet, maybe in your whole body. Just relax your arms, your hands are floating, your body is still. And you can sense life energy in your whole body. And even out in the space around you. As if there's no inside and no outside. Simply one space of life energy. Okay, now bring your hands up and together into Gassho, into prayer position. And feel the life energy in your hands. You can have your eyes open or closed. Sense life energy between your hands. And feel a line from the center of where your palms meet up through your middle fingers. Feel that line of energy right up through your middle fingers, like a line of holy fire, the purest life energy, flowing upward right through the center of your hands, up through your middle fingers. In Gasho, you feel the integration of the left and the right side as energy is drawn together in the center. And now transfer this feeling from the center of your hands up through your middle fingers to your spine, from your tailbone right up through the core of your body and through the top of your head. So you feel this central channel of energy right up through the core of your body, including your spine. Imagine and feel this energy flow right up through your spine and through the top of your head like a holy fire of life energy. Now we're going to feel this flow with movement and with the breath. So breathe in and raise your hands up. Feel the energy ascending right up through the top of your head. And then exhale. Feel the energy flowing down around you. Inhale. Gather the energy from the earth up to your heart. Exhale. Send the energy down through your legs and down into the earth. As you exhale down, you can release anything and everything that is no longer needed in your energy field. Inhale, draw the energy up. Hands together, draw the energy up through the top of your head. Exhale, feel the energy flowing down around you, down into the earth. Inhale, draw the energy of the earth up into your heart. Exhale, press down, down through your legs, down into the earth, releasing any energy that's no longer needed. Inhale, draw the energy up, hands together. Exhale, feel the energy flow down around you in a torus flow down into the earth. Inhale, draw the energy of the earth up to your heart. Exhale, send energy down into the earth. Again, inhale, draw the energy up, right up through the central channel, open up to the sky above you. Exhale, feel the energy flowing down into the earth. Inhale, draw the energy of the earth up to your heart. Exhale, send it down, back into the earth. Inhale, feel the flow upwards through the central channel, open to the energy of the sky above you. Feel that energy of the sky showering down all around you into the earth. Inhale, up to your heart. Exhale, down into the earth. Feel this flow of energy washing through your whole body, up through your body, up through the central channel, open to the sky. Feel the energy of the sky showering down around you, down into the earth. Breathe in, draw the energy of the earth up to your heart. Exhale. Down into the earth. Release, let go. And one more time. Inhale. Open to the energy of the sky above. Feel it showering down around you, down into the earth. Inhale, draw the energy of the earth up. Exhale. Release and let go down into the earth. Return to Wuji. Let go. Be still. Be the stillness. Feel it. Enjoy it. Smile as you enjoy stillness. It feels good to let go and be still. Now, breathe in, bring your hands up to Gasho again. And we're going to move through a series of energizing chi exercises where we're going to move and guide and feel the energy flowing through the whole body, through all the meridians, using tapping and movement. We'll begin by rubbing the palms together. You can let your whole body get into this motion. Okay. And your hands are nice and warm. And put them on your forehead and your face. And just move down over your face. Allow the energy in your hands to be absorbed by your face. Again. Allow your face to relax and absorb the energy in your hands. And now we'll run our fingers back over our scalps from front to back. Let your thumbs ride just above your ears. Feel the energy flow in your scalp. And now pat your head from front to back. Use your palms in front and your fingertips on the back of your head and down the back of your neck. We'll do this several times. Palms in front, pat your head. Fingertips down the back of your head and back of your neck. Wake up all those brain cells. You can do this as forcefully or as gently as feels good. This should all feel comfortable. One more time. All right, good. Now, between your thumbs and first fingers, you'll hold your ears and pull your ears out. Front, top, and top back of your earlobe. Just pull it out. And then once down. Pull your earlobes down. Okay, again, front, top, and top back of your earlobes. Pull them out and pull your earlobes down. Again. Really stretching your ears, opening the energy of hearing and listening deeply. One more time. Okay, now find C7. It's the little spine bump at the base of your neck. Rub in circles with your fingertips. And switch hands. All right, now have one hand closed lightly and pat from your shoulder right down through your fingers. Again, it can be as gentle or as forceful as feels good to you. Opening up the energy flow down through the meridians in your arms. Let your hands and your arms be relaxed, like wet noodles. Let's go to the other arm. So lightly closed fist, relaxed arms. All right, good. Now lightly close both fists, and we're going to turn at your hips. Swing your arms and hit the top of your shoulders, the trapezius muscles, with the heels of your hands, and then your upper back with the backs of your hands. So turn your hips. Again, let your arms be like wet noodles. They are swung by the turning of your hips and your waist. And now upper chest and the base of your ribs in the back. Nice, easy rhythm. Enjoy the flow. And now around your waist. So your forearms hit your lower abdomen and your lower back. Again, nice, easy rhythm. Arms are completely relaxed. Enjoy the flow. Okay, now alternating hands from your collarbones right down to your lower abdomen. Nice, easy patting. Again, it can be as gentle or as forceful as feels good to you. Now smooth down the same path. Allow yourself to feel nurtured and soothed, relaxed, cared for, comforted by this nice, gentle, stroking motion. Smile as you enjoy this soothing sensation. Energy flowing down. Relax your abdomen. Breathe deeply and easily. Don't have to try to breathe in any specific way. Just allow your breath to be easy and open. Breathing in and out through your nose only. Okay, and now we're going to pat from the outside of the hips down, the outside of the legs, down the IT band to just below and outside the knees. So outside of the hips, down the IT band, just below and outside the knees. Okay, now put your hands to your lower back, bend your knees slightly, lean forward slightly, and pat your lower back. Now come up, press your hips forward, tuck your chin. Continue to breathe easily. If your lower back hurts at all with this, you can do it more in a smaller range. Press your hips forward, chin tucked. Now come up. We're going to pat down and up the back of your legs. So from your buttocks down your hamstrings and calves to your heels and back up. Okay, so pat down and up. Open palms. Keep your knees bent to protect your lower back. You can just go as low as it feels comfortable. If going down to the heels is too much. Again, all this should be within your range of comfort and ease. Now the front of the legs, from the front of the hips down through the kneecaps, down your shins to the tops of your feet, and back up. Again, if this is too far to go down, let's go down where it feels comfortable for you. And we're going to stop at the kneecaps now. Support your kneecaps and circle your knees inward. So your palms are on your kneecaps and you're circling in one direction. And change direction, circle the other way. Okay, now both feet and both knees together and circle in one direction. So supporting your kneecaps with your hands, nice gentle circling motion. And change direction, circle the other way. Okay, come up, put one foot forward, so your weight is on one leg, the other foot is forward, the ball of the foot is resting on the ground, and circle your heel. So your big toe is an anchor, and you're circling your heel in one direction. Circle, nice and easy, nice easy flow. Change direction, circle the other way. So big toe as the anchor, circling your heel. Let's go to the other leg. So now all your weight in this side. Other foot forward, just resting on the big toe. Circle your heel. And change directions. Circle and flow the other way. Good. Now take hip wide stance again. Back into Wuji stance, knees bent slightly. And we're going to gather energy and reverse the torus breath. So we're going to breathe in, gather the energy of the earth, gather the energy of the sky, and draw it down to the lower dantian, the lower abdomen. So inhale, gather energy of the earth, gather energy of the sky. Exhale, bring the energy down through the central channel to the lower dantian. Again. Inhale, gather the energy of the earth, gather the energy of the sky. Hands together, exhale. Draw the energy down to the lower dantian. Again. Again, breathe in, gather. Breathe out, draw it down. Again. Feel the flow. One more time. Gather the energy in the lower dantian. Feel the warmth. Feel the vital energy. Spread from the lower dantian, the lower abdomen, through your whole body. Feel the warmth and vitality in every cell. Smile. And feel every cell is smiling with the warmth and vitality of chi, of life energy, of the one life we all share. Each of us is an expression of this one life, this one life energy. This deep awareness of the life energy connects us, helps us awaken to the connection that is always already here. We are one life. We are connected. Rest your hands down in Wuji, in stillness, in the stillness prior to all movement, prior to creation. One life. Now, very slowly, sit down in your seat. If it feels comfortable to you, you can sit forward on the front edge of your seat, so your perineum is resting on the front edge. Look down and see that your feet are parallel. And rest your palms cupped in your lap with the tips of your thumbs touching lightly. Just let your hands rest in your lap. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. And rest your shoulders down. Relax and soften your hands. Again, imagine and feel that string attached to the top of your head, drawing your spine gently upright. Giving you a feeling of vertical spaciousness right up through the core of your body, up through your spine and through the top of your head. Tuck your chin just slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. Touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth or to the gum line behind your upper front teeth, whichever is more comfortable. Soften and relax your tongue here. And smile. A subtle smile of appreciation and gratitude for life energy, for the one life we all share, for this time together, to deepen and awaken awareness, to transform gently. Allow the feeling of this gentle smile to wash down through your whole body. Feel every cell is smiling, is open, communicating with every other cell. And all our cells are alive in this whole, this one life, communicating with each other and expressing the one life we all share. Feel the stillness in your body and all around you. And let go. Be still. Notice how you feel right now. If you could sum that up in a word, a phrase, or an image, what would that be? Feel that. And now Stephen will guide us from here.
So deep love and blessings in your day, your evening, wherever you are in the world. You're made of the stuff of stars. this entire reality in your physical body, the sky above, the ground underneath, the vast reaches of time and space. They are your body, they are your breath, and they are the beating of your heart. Tune into the space around you. Your eyes are closed, your body's resting. Every single molecule of creation that's ever been and ever will be is flowing through you right now. You're experiencing life through the awakened heart. This awakened awareness reveals awareness, and not as something we own or something we grab after or something we seek for, but as the vast consciousness, the pure awareness that we are. You are both emptiness and fullness in this very moment. And in that knowing, there is great freedom, clarity, openness, vast, all-embracing love and compassion. And you're offering this awareness with devotion to every single moment, creating a deep intimacy with all of life. Don't focus on me, because I am simply speaking and you are perceiving with your own wisdom, with the master that you truly are, with the body of the Christ, the Buddha, a divine mother. You're connecting with love to all beings exactly as they truly are. This very body, this very mind with which you think, this very heart beating is the heart of the Christ, the body of the Buddha, the mind of a divine mother. You are universal consciousness. Tune into the collective here, each one of us. Feel into this universal body, this universal being, this cosmic body. Allow all of us to be inside of you. Allow the entire world, the entire cosmos, to be inside of you. We've been here all along. I am you, and you are me. So rest in the silence and vastness of your heart. The light and radiance in your heart opens wide, so that your eyes become the eyes of God, and your breath becomes the breath of divinity, and your heartbeat beats with the heart of the universe itself. For a moment, consider how the cosmos is seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, and tasting throughout time and space. In this very moment, in this body of the Christ, the Buddha, the Divine Mother, you can touch all realms, all dimensions, all moments, infinite space, all of existence. And in this we touch the most essential key point of our practice, and that is simply that every experience that we have is an expression of this openness, this emptiness, this clarity, vastness, infinite love, unbounded compassion. So get really comfortable as you're sitting here. Develop a deep intimacy this relationship you have with the body that allows you to be both relaxed and alert at the same time. Check in with it. After Kevin's beautiful guiding, connect with your body, this friend, your body, this body of the cosmos, this body of the Buddha. You're welcome to leave your eyes open, closed, half open, whatever is your customary practice. And do whatever you need to do to truly connect into this universal body, this unity of being, this fact that right now you are truly the stuff of stars. So if it helps, bring to mind an experience where you connected to this unity consciousness, where you felt one with all. Perhaps it was a moment of being in love, or a childhood memory where you truly felt the awe and divinity and freshness of being a child, a divine child, open, fresh, innocent to every single moment, to this one, to this. Might be just simply lying in the grass on a warm summer day with the warm summer sun caressing your skin. Whatever helps you to truly tune into this moment of unity consciousness. This moment free of time, boundless space, awe and delight in the simple purity and innocence of life flowing through you. Take a few moments to do that and notice how this feels in your body. We can experience awareness right now as this spacious and open feeling of presence within which your body sits, rests, floating, immersed, silent, still, and spacious. Let your awareness drop from behind your eyes into the center of your brain, and then into the back of your skull. And then drop your awareness behind your body into that right rear corner of your room and look down at your body sitting here. And then turn and drop and move in and through your heart. Sink down into your heart, deeply into your chest. Breathe here to really presence in your heart. Really embody that feeling. Be right here, present at the center of your heart. Fully present. No past. No future. No ideas. No concepts. No identity. No form. Simply let go and rest in this formless, open, effortless presence. No boundaries, no limits. This unity consciousness, formlessness, has no edges. Notice this subtle radiance in your heart. And simply rest in this limitless radiance in your heart. Allow yourself to let a gentle feeling, like the love for a child, a best friend or a pet, a parent, a loved one, arise. And stay as awareness, a space in which this gentle love arises. that love soon dissolves. And where it dissolves is space, a gap. And yet there's still awareness of this dissolution and presence. Now allow yourself to presence even deeper down into your belly. And breathe there. Really feel this presence dropping into your belly. And then drop your awareness down and into your feet. Really go down through the body, all the way down to where the bottom of your feet touch the ground. Feel into the place where the soles of your feet connect with the earth. Feel the connection between your feet and the earth power. Feel into this connection of your feet with this planet. Become aware of the power of the earth that you are not separate from, this unity consciousness of the power of the planet and you. If you find yourself pulling out of awareness, then drop again and relax back into your feet so your whole weight is coming down. Connect in with your breathing. Are you breathing calmly? Are you holding your breath? What is the quality of your breathing? And again, feel into the connection of your feet with the ground. And then move your awareness into your ankles, your calves. Is there any tension? Is the energy flowing? Can you relax them? Open slowly. Keep breathing up into your knees, into your thighs. Is there a flow of energy? Is it tight? Is it loose? It's all okay. Simply be aware. Try relaxing them. Still breathing up into your joints and the pelvis, flowing into them, relaxing into them, feeling into body awareness, being open to receiving energy and information from the cosmos, which you are. Intuitively knowing something, opening to it. The hips and pelvis, the stomach, the spine, feel into it, expand it, open to it, check in, feeling the connection of energy flowing through your spine, the sushumna, the astral spine of light. Your entire subtle energy body is opening, and you can feel the flow moving upwards to the point where the spine meets the head, feeling and connecting with the joints in your head, feeling the tightness or the looseness or the flow. Feel it, relax it, and then from there looking all the way down this line of presence in the world. See how you are sitting. Feel this presence all the way down from the crown of your head, down to your feet, and through into the core of this planet. Is the energy here effortless and flowing? Are you holding energy in certain areas of your body? Just check without judging, without any sense of control, without any thought or concept. Just check. Just notice. No past, no future, no ideas, no history. What a wonderful opportunity to come to this place of great peace, of calm, of flow. Open your heart to all of us gathered here and consider that you're meditating not just for yourself, but to help all beings realize that they too are Buddhas, Christ's Divine Mother. Offer the benefits and blessings of your practice here and now to each and every one of us, and to all your families, your friends, your communities, all living creatures, that they too can recognize this pure, non-dual awareness that they are. Connect with this open-heartedness and rest. Allow the flow of nectar in your heart to shine and radiate out and touch every living being. It's as if you are a radiating sun in the cosmos, blessing every being with the nectar and light of your spiritual heart. Now take a gentle breath in and draw the energies up the central spine, through the throat, the brain, the crown, to the point above your crown, maybe 6 inches or a foot above your crown. And bring to mind the lineage that you are blessed with, all the blessings of the teachers, mentors, and spiritual guardians. Perhaps gurus, inner teachers, formless light. This could take a form like Padmasambhava or Yeshe Tsogyal, Christ or Krishna, Mary Magdalene, Parvati. Or it could be simply formless light. See if you can feel all the compassion and love of the teachings, the lineages of which you are part, filling the space above you. All the realization of timeless awareness gathering here, fully embodied in this space. It might be a simple orb of light. It could be the form of a deity or great being or mentor. And all of the compassion and wisdom of all the lineages across time and space, all your past lives, your future existences, all teachings are being directed into this space. And now they begin to flow down and through your crown, down into your brain, down into your throat, like nectar dripping down and into your heart. This is now filling you. Really feel the sense of connection. And then imagine this formless essence or this spiritual guide, this angelic being, this formless light, dissolving into light itself, dissolving into a single seed of light above your crown. And then all of that wisdom energy, that seed of cosmic consciousness flowing into you, merging into your central spine, merging into your brain and throat and heart. And then simply let go and rest. For the next few moments, just completely drop any and all effort, any expectations, any sense of judgment, any sense of control about what is happening in this moment or this moment. Give yourself radical permission to simply be. You don't even have to meditate. Just rest naturally in your own divine, pure, infinite, and boundless wisdom. By being immersed in pure presence, it's not meant that we remain as thoughts or emotions or perceptions, but that we are the space of pure presence, pure awareness. And where there is awareness, there is presence. Gently notice what is happening in your mind. Allow a thought or a feeling to arise within this vast space of pure awareness. Not too strong, something simple that happened to you today. Perhaps a conversation with a friend. It doesn't need to be positive or negative. Just allow the thought to abide and dissolve. Be aware of it, rather than identifying with it or being driven by it. Now allow a simple feeling to arise, abide, and dissolve. Maybe a feeling about your friends or children. Again, be aware of it without identifying with it or being driven by it. Allow yourself to be the field of awareness within which this thought and this feeling happens. Notice how when the feeling dissolves into emptiness, there is a gap. Simply be the presence in the gap. There is presence, there is space, there is clarity and openness. Turn inwards towards the one that is aware. Aware of the thought, aware of the feeling, aware. Who is aware? Can you find the one that is aware? Does it have a color or shape, a form? Is there some box you can put this in? It's unfindable, ungraspable. There are no edges or boundaries to the one that is aware. Rest in this unfindable vastness of pure awareness. Stay connected to awareness as thoughts and feelings and perceptions arise within awareness. Let them flow unimpeded, unobstructed, like waves on the surface of the ocean. And they then dissolve back into awareness. And the gap, be fully present in the gap. Allow the vastness of presence, of pure awareness to open. There's nothing you need to do to make this happen, to stay connected to awareness. This is already happening. This arising, abiding, dissolving, and presence. Simply be present with whatever it is. Be present with the arising. Be present with the abiding. And be present with the dissolving. Be present in the gap. Presence. All you need to do here is recognize that presence and rest. Slowly open your eyes. As you do, take in everything that you see around you with gratitude, deep appreciation, with love and awe for the unity of all existence, with the freshness of a young child seeing a sacred temple for the very first time. You don't need to focus or concentrate on anything. Look beyond the screen. Be aware of the space filled with this unobstructed, loving, compassionate awareness. Be aware of the walls of your room smiling back at you. Be aware of the ceiling opening. Allow your entire field of vision to manifest within this space of awareness. Simply relax into this space and allow the experience of your vision to unfold naturally and spontaneously as you rest in this vast, pure consciousness, this indivisible, infinite awareness. And just drop the orientation to what you see and leave your eyes open and just sit. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go, no experience to be having, no meditator and no meditation. Just be here fully and completely. And let's completely open the eye of pure awareness, the spiritual heart, the vastness of your being, and recognize that everything happens within awareness. What we feel in our body, what we hear, what we see, what we smell, and what we taste, and everything that happens in our mind, every thought, every emotion, every perception rests in awareness. Allow these experiences simply to come and go, to happen through awareness, without any sense of control, without any judgment, no expectations. All of this is the play of pure awareness itself, the expression of open, empty clarity. Just be that openness, be that vastness, be that clarity, and allow everything to happen within it. Slowly move your body a little bit, feeling each movement as the expression of pure awareness. Realize your inseparability and interconnectedness with all of life. As you move, it is as if the entire cosmos is moving. As you move, be aware all of us are moving. One body, one life, one light, one heart. Take a look around and notice all the small details of the world around you as expressions of this pure, vast awareness. Take in the richness and the beauty of this moment, and the beauty of this moment, and the beauty of this moment. And notice how everything happens within this pure, infinite, vast, indivisible, inseparable, timeless awareness. And in this timeless awareness, G.P. Walsh is going to lead us into being the living sage. Thank you always for your divine and boundless practice.
Just stay in that state that Stephen has just brought us to, that Kevin prepared the way for. This inner awareness of yourself. Let go of any thoughts of what's next, or maybe, what is this going to do for me? How can I do more? Stay away from thoughts. They're going to come. Of course they do. They too are the expression of that very same pure awareness. You can close your eyes again. So the attention is focused exclusively on that sense of just being. Nothing in the past, nothing in the future. Nothing needs to be done. You are already doing it. Just being here in sahaja samadhi, or the natural state. And this is your natural state. This is not an altered state of consciousness. It's not a place you've been taken to. Exactly the opposite. You've been taken out of all the places to return back home to sahaja, your natural state. And just drink it up for a moment. You may notice in your whole energy system and mind that it wants to do something with this. Turn it into a practice, a process, something with steps and goals. But this simple awareness, do you need to practice it? Do you need to achieve it? Now this awareness, is this something other than you? It does seem that way as we're talking about it and we're examining it. It's as if this pure consciousness is something that we are looking at. But look closely. Is that really the case? Our attention can take in so many things. But when it turns all the way in, it has reached its end. It's reached the place beyond which it cannot go, and yet you are still there. All of the things that it takes in, the wondrous things of the world, of the manifest universe. To where are they always reported? What is that tiny plane of cognition to which everything is recognized and seen? Is that not here? And is that not you? You without you. You prior to you. Yes, this is the Buddha. This is the Christ. This is Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. This is the Self. This is myself. The dualistic nature of the mind can't penetrate this. That feeling I am. It's even more than a feeling. It's not an emotion, is it? It's not a sensation. It's not a thought. Just notice this. We're not in a trance here. No one has done anything special to you. You haven't been hypnotized. You've simply been brought to sahaja, the natural state. You are literally seeing yourself as you are. And that is, not in relation to anything else but you. Now, thoughts don't stop. Sometimes they may pause for a while in deep contemplation, but then they arise again like waves on the ocean. Emotion and sensation are a constant flow, a constant ebb and flow. Do they not all appear on this screen of awareness that is you? You. Say it to yourself, this is me. I am that. What can recognize pure awareness other than pure awareness? Who can see God other than God? Who can know truth other than truth? So, as contrary to all we've learned and been taught, that must be you. When you see the boundlessness, as Stephen so beautifully showed us, no borders, no edges, that's you. Colorless, formless, no gender, No race. Just pure awareness. And that's you. Timeless. Look, see, can you find a beginning to this presence? The mind can imagine one, can imagine a beginning, but right here, looking directly at the presence, can you find a beginning? In other words, can you find a birth prior to which it was not? Can you find an end to it? You can imagine an end, sometime it coming to an end. But isn't even that imagined thought appearing to that awareness? So can you actually see its end? That is, its death. Were you born? Yes, this experience was born. Is born every second, every moment, every day, refreshing itself like the image on the screen on which we are all appearing. 60 times a second that screen is refreshed. Yet the screen remains absolutely still. And in its native state, it is dark, empty. So yes, life, experience, happenings, events, they all arise. They all are created by Brahma, sustained by Vishnu, and then fade, dissolve back into Shiva. But isn't there a unmoving, unchanging, empty background that sees it come, sees it sustained, and sees it dissolve? And is that not you? Who else could it be? Is there someone else hearing my words right now? Or is it you? This simple point of cognition is not only the place where things are perceived, it is also the place from which they arise. This is the non-dual unity. Like the image on the screen is the screen. When you're looking at the image, you are simultaneously looking at the screen. They are inseparable, a non-dual whole. Non-dual is in not two. Not even the most intimate relationship between two. For there's no relationship with one. It is simply itself. It is simply your self. This is just simple knowing, simple looking and seeing. Your mind could very well be doubting now, wanting to be distracted. But no matter what thought arises, aren't you there first? Could it arise without you there to witness it? And when it disappears, as it inevitably will, are you not there, watching it as it disappears? Continually, without fail? Do you ever come and go? Again, this is not an altered state of consciousness. No one here puts you into a trance. This is just a direct, sober looking at exactly what is happening, without prejudice, without pre-knowledge, without bringing to bear anything you know. Any spiritual practices or teachings, they've all been not to put thoughts in your head or give you a new set of beliefs, but to point you here, beyond all thoughts, beyond all concepts, beyond all teaching and teachers. And while we love and honor in enormous gratitude our teachers and our teachings and our lineages, it is the deepest desire of the teacher, the guru, the Buddha, that you go beyond the teacher and the teaching and become rooted in the place from which all teachings have arisen. Now, as we're just being this, you'll notice there's a momentum in the whole energy system for doing. Of course, that's what it was designed for. It is a constant flow of energy. But form no relationship with it right now. Just let it go. Let it do whatever it's going to do, like watching the waves coming in from the ocean, crashing on the shore and then gently falling back into the ocean. Form no relationship. Just let them happen. And now notice, in this space of just watching, kind of sitting on the shore with your feet in the sand of pure awareness, watching the ocean. Is anything missing here? Now, when I ask a question like that, your mind may want to jump in, because it probably has a long list of things that need fixing or changing or improving. All well and good. But without comparing this moment to any other moment, tasting it, the sweetness in this moment alone, incomparable. Is anything missing? Is anything wrong? Is there lack? Is there doubt? Is there anxiety or tension? In the awareness. It may be appearing to awareness, but is it in it? Where are you? The lens through which the world and the universe is seen. Behind that lens is you. Simply, perfectly you. Now, in this space, in this just pure space of being, bring to mind some problem in your life. It's okay. Something bugging you, something hanging over your head, something that has, pestered you. Maybe something you want and you don't have. We need not fear our everyday life. We're not at war with life. In fact, we want to show up fully in life as who we really are. Not as a small someone trying to struggle against adversity, but showing up as the power. Showing up as the Buddha. Showing up as the Christ heart, the Divine Mother, Kanon. Showing up as Brahma, as Shiva. So take those all in, whatever this events may be. Bring them into this space. Not like they're enemies or problems, but just happenings that require the same love and patience and attention that every child does. If it stimulates feelings within the whole energy system, well, let them be there. Notice, they can't actually hurt you. They ripple through you. Even the biggest wave doesn't affect the ocean. The most severe storm does not affect the sky. You are that. You may have been told your whole life that you're something else. Somehow this something else has tried to make it in life. I have very good news for you. You're not that. You have no limitations. You have no adversaries. Whatever mistakes you may have made in the past, they've been washed clean. They're just floating back out into the ocean with the wave. You are pure. This original, spotless, pristine innocence, which is formidable, powerful, unmovable. And just notice as you have this image in your mind and you literally send love to it, this lack this apparent lack in your life, a problem, something oppressing you. As you embrace it with love, dropping the fear of it, dropping the distance between you and it, as it comes closer without fear, in pure love and acceptance, what happens to it? Severe storm. There was a severe storm sent to the Buddha right after his enlightenment, to tempt his enlightenment. And the storm raged and the winds. But as they arrived to him, they had become just a gentle breeze, just blowing the hair past his face. Be that Buddha, unmoving. Let those feelings come. Every untoward feeling or circumstance, think of it as a crying, scared child that's approached you somewhere, can't find its parents, doesn't know what to do, completely distraught, could barely talk. Would you push her away? Would you send her somewhere else? Would you try to tell her, oh, you need to change your thinking? Or would you just pick her up, put her on your lap, hold her, rub her back, stroke her hair, tell her it's okay? Soon she'll be off your knee and back playing. Maybe not even tell you the story. It could be completely evaporated. We are not in conflict with our feelings, with our thoughts, with our sensations, with our memories, with our desires and aspirations. We're not at war with our past or our future or even our present. In fact, we are one with it. It is all you. The thoughts, the feelings, the emotions are as you as the hand that you were moving earlier. They're not in conflict with you. They do not need to be gotten rid of or disposed of. You are the source and seat of power. The power that is simply your immutable, irreducible, indivisible being. Pure awareness. Again, just simply pay attention to what is hearing my words right now. That infinitely subtle point of cognition. I am speaking into a microphone, but the microphone is not hearing me. There's no cognition. The wires that are carrying the signal, the internet that is moving it across the entire world, the wires that are connected to your computer, none of that is hearing me. Even the earphones or the or the speakers, even the eardrum that's vibrating in sympathy, and all of the little circuits in the brain that are firing to carry that signal to where? To that place of cognition. To you. Now we are going to come back from this in a moment. And first, just sit with that presence for a second, soaking it in. That it's always there. It doesn't matter what the mind does. Awareness is there. Your mind could be very calm and quiet, like for many of you it probably is right now. But it could also be engaged in something really intense. There could even be chaos and noise all around you. Does that awareness ever change? So is our goal ultimately to have quiet mind? Or to simply be aware of mind? Is it to have feelings the way I always want those feelings to be? Or is it simply the awareness that there are feelings and that life is felt? And I like those feelings. And I want to feel and taste all of it. Not select some out and others, and take others home. But what if every single feeling, no matter its quality, was okay? That would be the end of suffering, the end of resistance. So when I say we're going to come back from this meditation, it's really a misnomer. We're simply going to turn our attention back outward again. Back to allow it to take in the view. Everything around you. But you remain here. So let's do it very gradually. Take a deep breath. Just kind of bring yourself back into that grounding of the body as Kevin led us. Sinking into the earth. And feel the body, the energy of the body. The energy of the body is the sum total of all sensation, all emotion, all thought, which is different vibrations of a unified field, a unified whole, not one thing different and something else. So feel the body. Your attention is now on the body. Right? But simultaneously notice that pure awareness is there. But attention, like a flashlight, is now looking at something and reporting to pure awareness, you. Taking all those feelings, all of those thoughts. Just very gently. Maybe even make your attention turn towards the body and then back towards awareness. Ah, yes. It's all appearing in awareness. It couldn't be otherwise. So attention just kind of goes back inward aware of that consciousness, that point of cognition, and then back outward again. Oh, yes, the body. They're not two. And now just very gradually, open your eyes and look around the room again. Let your attention take more in. Very simply. Just notice the floor, the ceiling, the items you have in your room, whatever happens to be on your desk or sitting in front of you. And simultaneously notice that you are awareness. It's not two. None of this could be without awareness. And just stay there for just a second, looking around, taking in it all. Simultaneously noticing your body as well. It's just as if awareness had no boundaries. Imagine that. You don't have any boundaries. You are not limited to or confined to your experience, any more than music is limited to or confined to any particular song. Your life is just the song that's being sung right now. So take another deep breath. Maybe move your body a little bit. And, I'll get everybody to turn their video back on so everyone can be seen. And I will bring you all back to us all together. Oh, yeah. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Okay, I'm going to unsolo me, and now I have to unmute everybody. GP at the controls. Welcome back, all. Welcome back.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, that was a journey. That was a very deep, beautiful journey. All 3 steps of them, stages. We have so many thank yous and participants and some comments. We'll open it up to questions, but I just right now, just to have everybody kind of feel that uniting, feeling it, us all come back together here. I'm so glad that so many people were able to show up. So it seems like a day ago now, not even, but in this beautiful, see, it's timeless. That's why when we began this. And just opening the floor to questions to each one of our spiritual teachers here, any one of them, if you want to put them in the comments, whatever order, it doesn't matter. We can just kind of do a round robin. I have a few questions that I have.
Of course you do.
I'm a professional student.
You are. You are.
Awesome. Comments coming in, just no words, only deep gratitude.
Yes, I can feel it. There's a lot of quiet right now. Just really soaking up that pure presence. Right? I know I am. I'm just gonna...
I've never heard you be like that.
It's true, you're not. Yeah, it's not. I had the wonderful pleasure of getting to experience these 2 guys.
Yes.
And so I was primed,
Yes, you were. It's so funny when you said about soaking up the presence. It's so beautiful because normally we say we're taking in information or knowledge, like we're soaking up like a sponge soaking this up. But
right.
I kind of like this way better. I want to be this kind of cloth.
Yes, this kind of towel.
Yeah. I I'm going to scooch back to see the questions. I actually do have a question for Kevin that that I wrote down here. Hold on here, because I'm going back. Hi, Kevin. Kevin, you took us through some beautiful qigong that it's very new for me. So I was like, oh goodness, all right. And okay, everybody gets to know this now, but after we shook and shaked and did all that stuff, one hand was really cold and the other was hot. Is that like, why would that be? Does anybody else experience that?
Yeah, so there are many different sensations associated with qi flow, and it depends on the status of qi flow and the balance of qi flow in your field. So you may feel warmth or coolness, might feel numbness or tingling, might feel vibrating, and you may feel different things in different parts of your body, and that's just an expression of how energy is flowing through your system. So generally, if an area has more qi flow or is warmer, that's the body wanting to have more energy flowing there. And if there's coolness, that's an area where the body is wanting to cool down a little bit. And so there's a balance that's happening there between the sides, and a polarity between the sides of your body that are bringing you into balance. So it's actually very common to feel either heat or coolness or both together, depending on where your body and your energy system is coming from right at that moment.
Okay, that was wonderful. I'm gonna see if anybody else had that feeling. If you want to put that in the comments too, that would be great. And then on that one too, I love the patting down like that. Kind of woke everything up and said, "Hey, I get attention too." But you didn't have to sit with it. And is that all the energy and cells just want? They just kind of want to move around.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in qigong, the smooth flow of energy through the whole system is the source of our vitality and our well-being. So if there's any restriction in energy flow in any part of the body, that is what eventually manifests as illness or depression or anxiety. So qigong is a very body-centered, using the body as a vehicle for awareness to move through the body and sense how things are. And just by simply applying awareness or applying movement or breathing or posture, those are all the tools of qigong to recognize the state of the body, to open up energy flow, and to simply be present and allowing the body to do what it knows how to do. The body knows how to be in balance. This is a natural state for the body. But what our minds do and how we get stuck in thinking patterns or habits or any number of ways that we become rigid in terms of how we are thinking, feeling, and moving in the world. Qigong is a tool to recognize that and then facilitate the release of blockages and the flow of energy through the whole system, through body, heart, and mind.
That's beautiful. I think I got that for the first time ever while you were doing that. And I was, yes, that makes so much sense. You're using the body as as we're doing this right now, this is awaken awareness, awakening the awareness. Right. And yeah, I most certainly felt that. I was just, was Mary say here, a lot of heat, especially after working with the ears. Oh, when you did the forehead and everything. She's been a student. Oh, she's been a student for years. Beautiful. Yeah. It's energy. Are we creating energy, or are we just moving energy around?
Yeah, so we are, first of all, we're recognizing the energy that we are. We're tuning into ourselves as energy. So like GP and Stephen were saying, awareness is here. Awareness manifests as energy and as flow. And that's always happening. Like this torus flow that we tuned into an experience, that's always going on. But in by using attention, awareness, movement, and breathing, we are just tuning into that flow that's already here. And we're also using awareness to recognize where there might be restrictions to that flow. And just by recognizing them and breathing through them and bringing awareness through, that facilitates not only attunement to the flow, but also the awakening of that smoother flow of life energy through us. So that energy, we're just tuning into what already is, right? And whether it's as energy or as space or as stillness, these are all manifestations out of that which is prior, that which is holding all of this, that which we are expressions of.
Beautiful. Love that. I'm going to let those questions flow in then. If anybody has still questions for Kevin, or, we can pick Stephen or GP. I'm going to do my round robin here and go to to Stephen now. Sometimes when I'm doing them, I'll pick up feelings, what I think other people might be experiencing as well, or wondering. So I kind of like to have them. So Stephen, when there was a lot of awareness and the presence was overwhelming. Like I almost felt like, what would somebody do? How could they overcome if they were feeling a resistance to the presence? Like it's like uncomfortable, or like, no, I don't want to be present. I want to be not here. How? Because you brought us right into like, whoa, we're stepping in it here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful question, Lisa. In simple terms, what Kevin was doing first up is a way that Kevin and I often work together, which is to bring people into presence through body awareness first. So if I was to do this, if I was to do what I just did by myself, I'd guide you naturally into body awareness. So the body awareness through, really the simplest way is through the breath. Simply dropping into the body, being aware of where you're breathing from and the qualities of the breath, and then being aware of awareness itself and where you're seeing from and the qualities of seeing. So life is so beautiful. It's flowing through us constantly. And when we take time to create space and allow ourselves to rest as this open and spacious presence, then we realize we've been that naturally all the time. So the answer to your question is we always are that. And so I help people really just to recognize what already exists within themselves, which is this boundless presence. But you are right, in some circumstances, perhaps somebody could have a reaction to presence. They're not really reacting to presence, they're reacting to the unknown. They're reacting to the aspects of themselves that they don't know, the unboundedness. Sometimes when people drop into presence, it can be can actually activate a certain sense of fear, and that's from the identity or the self that is and I mean the small self. It's in that sense of definition, is there's a construct, right, and a story and a narrative that we've been telling ourselves for such a long time, that we are the body, or we're separate, or we're this human individual. And that's part of the paradox of living, right? Is that we're both the universal one, and we are also living in this human body and having this precious human existence. So allowing ourselves to come gradually to it. And that's where simple body awareness and simple felt presence is so important. So being aware of the body, being aware of the presence of the body, being aware of the felt presence of the body through breathing or through looking, knowing that just resting here as body awareness, you can have a very simple and easeful experience of the vastness of spacious awareness at all times. So it becomes a natural unfoldment. I think that's the real key to awareness. Awareness doesn't cling to anything. It doesn't push anything away. It simply rests in open vastness. So you are that. And that's what, so the actual quality of being awareness itself that doesn't push away and that doesn't grasp and that doesn't cling, that in itself would give you a direct experience of presence. And therefore, you'd have nothing to react to. You'd simply be that boundless presence that's not pushing and that's not in aversion to anything and is simply at rest. And that is our natural state. This uncreated state of being, this unborn, unbound, pure presence, that is who we are. And that's the whole essence of turning inwards, being present. Kevin and I often teach just really simple practices like body awareness, interoception, which is just to turn inwards and just to rest, because we're so focused on outward objects like our neighbors, our friends, who's done what, who's telling what story, that we've forgotten about that other skill, about turning inwards. And when we do turn inwards, we find this essential inner power of presence. Presence is just present, being present with whatever is. Presence is just the allowing and the surrendering and the opening and the embracing of simply what is. It's very, very simple in that sense. So there is this natural, effortless being. And when we recognize that, and we simply open to that like a sweet, delicious flower, and it becomes very easy. We then see God's eyes in the eyes of everybody who looks at us. And we feel and breathe God's breath in the wind, and we feel and sense God's space all around us. And then we recognize that we're not separate from that. We never, never, ever were. And as somebody so beautifully said in the chat, a sense of deep emotion comes with that, a sense of felt presence. And we're suddenly aware. And just as you are now, you're doing that while you're listening. You're not looking at the screen. You're aware of the space of boundless love all around us, within which we rest effortlessly, formlessly, always. We're not the body. And yet there is this paradox of becoming as well as being. So we learn to rest naturally in paradox. We learn to rest naturally in being as well as becoming. And that's one of the beauties of truly connecting with this divine presence in our hearts. The spiritual heart especially, turning inwards to rest in the heart and the presence of what is, and allowing our natural divine expression to find its way. So simply allowing that is an incredibly beautiful gift that our precious human existence gives us. So thank you. I mean, it's a really deep and profound and very essential question.
Many people needed to hear this, it looks like it. And just on the tail end of that, GP, it's funny that dovetailed, because with GP saying not to go into any inquiry or think with what will this give me, what will this fix, and it brings it back to right from just let the body be, as Kevin's letting us, be aware of it, as Stephen, you'd say, notice how the walls are smiling at you, which I love. and then to GP saying, we don't need just to meditate. We can just be and not have any of this expectation or need to have something be fixed. So I thought that was also beautiful. I'm going to just check because I saw somebody say a question. Hold on here. Kate says, can you say something about the intense energy that feels like it wants to erupt or break out of the body, so to speak? It feels like bordering in ecstasy, but doesn't release. It just builds. I don't know who should take that one. I have no idea.
Can I, Lisa, I'll say something to that. I often get asked in the practices about Kundalini, for example, about the Kundalini spike, about this release of energy, about Shakti, about the subtle energy in the body. So for those of you that are experiencing this, so I've been a student of many great masters for a long time, for Paramahansa Yogananda and the Dalai Lama, Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, Mingyur Rinpoche. So nothing I'm sharing with you is my own words. They come from deep ancient traditions. I'm just simply an old plodding ox who kind of gives you a little guidance, and I trip and stumble humbly over these beautiful ancient teachings. So when you actually experience the energy, it's really, really important, first of all, to do what Kevin's been guiding you into, and that is to actually energize the body. So anytime I've been in retreats with Mingyur Rinpoche, for example, and people have brought up about exactly that, about this spiking of energy, or about what to do about energy release, or energy that comes and builds and you don't know what to do with it. And he always says, do aerobics, go outside, plant your feet on the ground, do something really practical, down to earth, go for a walk, tune into the forest, and then you start to tune in with the interconnectedness of nature, and you see that nature is boundlessly moving all the time, the winds, the movement of the waves. You start to tune in with the fact that what you're experiencing, this boundless energy, is actually the boundless energy of the pure creative force of source in you. And we call it by different names, of course, Kundalini, Shakti, the pranic energies, and so on. But a really important part of awareness is we can, with energy bursts, we can sometimes get a little grasping towards those energy bursts. They feel very satisfying and fulfilling, and we want to have them, and we've read about them, or we've dreamt about them, and we've read about the masters doing this and levitating and moving boulders and so on. And by the way, I have been in the presence of masters who have done that. So it is an actual city. So it's not just a story. And it's really important to recognize where you are in the steps of this process, and to really, again, allow and embrace the energy as it comes. So really ground yourself, just as Kevin was doing. Ground yourself in energy awareness. Learn about it. It's a skill. Become acquainted with subtle energy awareness and how to work with it. And if necessary, go out and pound your feet on the floor, or really ground yourself. One of the students I had years ago was, many of the students who experienced cities over the times that I've taught them, I've gone all the way back to the basics and said, you actually need to work with the awareness of the energy and bring it into a really grounded and manageable form. Then, with awareness, just like you would with a thought or feeling or perception, you can allow the Kundalini energy to arise very beautifully, very gently, in pure awareness. And it will actually arise. And as we know with Mother Shakti is Mother Shakti unto herself, unbeholding to anyone or anything. So you need to nurture that relationship with her in a very deep and profound and sacred way. So that is really crucial. In the same way as you develop a relationship with nature, develop a relationship with Shakti, or energy release, or the power of energy in your system. And that's why a lot of ancient systems like Qigong, for example, like a lot of, even if you look at some of the ancient Kung Fu practices, so I trained for many years in some of the Shaolin forms, just as Kevin has done. And they're all about energy harnessing, understanding energy awareness, understanding how to work with subtle energy in your system. So these are all sacred relationships. It's all about your relationship to life, and your relationship to energy, and your relationship to information with awareness. So instead of working in the same way that you did before with Kundalini or Shakti, try being very present and gentle, and allow Mother Shakti to rise within you and to move up the spine, and allow her to come through you without forcing her, or without grasping onto her, or without pushing her away. Because when those enormous energy bursts come, they can be very overwhelming at times. So when you create space for that, when you simply learn, like every moment, like you are doing now, to simply allow and be present with this moment and this moment, you bring that awareness to energy in the same way. So I hope that might be a little helpful. As I say, I'm merely just a clumsy aspirant on the sitting at the feet of many great masters and sharing with you very, very little thoughts that I have. So thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Kevin, did you want to add or say a little bit more about it, or something different than around that?
Sure. Just to add on to that, and back to the idea of restriction, and noticing distance, and noticing energy, and noticing cold or hot. It's all the same. Just being present with it as awareness. And it doesn't really matter what arises. You may notice resistance arises. You just be aware of that. You just hold that as awareness, or heat, or strong energy, or nothing happening. It doesn't really matter. It's just allowing this body, heart, mind, energy system to adjust itself and attune itself, and we witness that and hold that within presence. And we do the same thing in our relationships. When there's tension in a relationship, we can hold that within awareness, hold both sides of that tension within this vast open space of allowing this openness, and knowing that this energy is arising with a purpose, and it will resolve, and we'll move on to the next moment. I did see in the chat one question about stance, since people couldn't see my feet. So I want to just go back. I'm going to move my screen down, and just so people can see the feet of this Wuji stance. So let me do that now, and then we can move on. So I'm going to move this down to where you can see that mat. So can you see my feet here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we have, in the Wuji stance, we have the feet hip wide or slightly wider. I tend to be a little wider for a wider base of support. The feet are parallel. And then you're finding that center point. You're rocking forward and back until you can find that point in the center of your foot. Here's the ball of your foot, root point or bubbling well points. You're rocking back and forth until you find that center point, and then you're sinking down into it. So your knees are directly over your toes. You're sitting down into your hips, so hips, knees, toes are aligned, and then you feel that whole arch of support from your lower dantian down through your legs and your feet and into the ground, and then you just sit down into that. You feel like you're sitting while you're standing. So that's a nice kind of felt metaphor, is I feel like I'm sitting while I'm in a stance, and then the hands are just relaxed and the spine is drawn upright. And just standing in that stance and being still and feeling the body in this grounded stance can bring a powerful sense of grounded presence and awareness. So just wanted to let people see that.
I'm sure that was very helpful. It's always helpful to see that and have you use your hands to show. I could see, like, thing. Also, I'm going to have to give you a little bit of trouble there, because Mr. Kevin, as a nutritionist, I actually literally ask people, you can't stand and sit at the same time, can you? So how do you think your parasympathetic system is going to work with your sympathetic system? And now you just busted me. So
You get it all working together.
Yes.
Right? You sit while you're standing, and then when you sit as if you're standing.
Ooh, you're blowing our minds. My gosh. Okay.
So when you're standing, feel as if you're sitting. And when you're sitting, feel as if you're standing. And that brings the two practices together, the seated and the standing practices, and brings the balance. It gives that right feeling of grounded earthiness and open sky energy that's integrated through this central channel of the spine.
I absolutely get that. Does everybody else that feels, GP, can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. I'm going to just see if there's any questions here. And then I have a fun question for GP, because some of these people know you. And so I wanted to take it a little more personal. My big basic question is, GP, do you practice Qigong on a regular basis? Like, is that something you do?
No, I've practiced a lot of things on and off. Yoga, Qigong, Tai Chi, did a little bit of martial arts and the like. But I've never kind of sunk into one. And I've been actually, of late, I've done a little bit more Qigong. Right? It just kind of comes and goes. At this phase of life, I just kind of do whatever, whatever comes along. I work out with weights, I just all sorts of things. But that point about, I really liked it that the Rinpoche did for Stephen. When the energy comes up, let it move. It's not really complicated. It wants to move, right? We're so used to suppressing ourselves, right? That's our normal habit, is to suppress this energy because you've got all these judgments. Oh, this is a bad feeling. This is a good feeling. I want that feeling. I don't want that feeling, right? When in fact, they're just feelings, right? And if you're in this place of allowing, of the pure awareness, it doesn't matter what comes up. Yeah, some are going to be really nasty. Some are just going to downright suck. But when you're in that place and you're not fighting it, any feeling can be felt without suffering. And in the process of feeling it is where the resolution takes place. Without that, this suppressing of it or repressing of it is trauma. And it affects every system in the body, mental, emotional, and physical. And that's what creates the flow blocks and things like this. So this, I call it the yoga of allowing. It's an asana of simply being in this place where you allow everything to be just as it is. And you'll notice how the mind doesn't want to do that, right? Because we've been trained to judge and categorize, and this is that. But as you just kind of let go of that, the most wonderful thing you discover, my God, it doesn't hurt. It's not hurting me. I'm bigger than it. And I don't care how big of a rush it is. I'm bigger than that. It can't, the cloud does not affect the sky. And when it passes, it doesn't leave a trace. Right? Be the sky, because that's in fact what you are. And that's all we're doing, right? We're bringing the sense of I, the sense of identity, out of its identification with the form and all the emotions and memories and all that kind of stuff, and bringing it back to where its real origin, and bringing back I to the source, which completely reestablishes, completely changes the relationship you have with experience. Now all experience is really bliss. It's all ananda.
Oh, wow. All these beautiful things that are involved in this gentle transformation that I'm excited to hear. If you're watching the replay and you're commenting, that you'll share with us, because we'd love to hear what you've become, what you've recognized, what you've noticed. And hopefully we've been able to, not me, you guys have been able to help turn that finger, as opposed to looking outward, but to looking inward. That's the most helpful thing that, for me, I really appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, Kevin, Stephen, and GP, for being here and sharing this with us. And thank you, everyone. And is there any questions that I've missed? Because I'm kind of scrolling through here, but if you've noticed, but
there was actually a couple. I happened to notice one. Phoenix said, "Can we say we as consciousness only see ourselves as human body, but we are not the body itself? It seems every action, including the words we are saying, to be predetermined. What do you think?" And that's a misunderstanding. And again, we're so identified with the mind that we think if we're not coming up with it, There's some external power there, right? That's operating on things. The master puppeteer, right? It's not like that at all. It's more like a jazz musician, right? It's a spontaneous happening. Yes, it isn't preconceived. It isn't predetermined, but it grows out of the very nature of the presence of awareness itself. That's its nature, right? And just like the jazz player, right? They're not planning what that next note's going to be. It is just flowing. And notice that it's not predetermined. Thank God. It'd be really boring if it was predetermined, right? That's the whole point of a jazz performance, right? You don't know what's going to happen next, but it's always beautiful. It's always consistent with the nature, character of the of the performance. That is it. Everything you're experiencing is simply awareness aware of itself. That's what it is. So it isn't two. There isn't like there's this awareness and then there's all this stuff. It is absolutely one. Just different aspects of exactly the same indescribable oneness. Somebody else wants to jump in on that? I will pause.
Well, Stephen and I always like to point back to the felt experience, because those kind of questions get us into conceptualizing and dividing things into categories, and is it this or is it that, and this experience of non-dual presence just is beyond all that conceptualization. It's the source of conceptualization, but we are so used to, in our Western culture especially, to living through thinking and through our minds and through narrating life. And so the practices we were guiding are an opportunity to let that all go and rest as presence, rest as awareness. And as GP said, there's nothing that needs to be added to that. There's no words or concepts that need to be added onto that felt presence. It is self-confirming.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Oh. Hopefully that helped. It's interesting we have our thoughts and concepts and we want to check in to say, am I on the right track, or can we say this? Is that, it's so fun to try to grab it.
It's not necessary to grasp it with the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are on the right track. You just are. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You're on the right track.
It's a statement that's always true. It's the truth. It's always
true. Yep.
All right, then. GP, you've got better eyes for the questions. You're so used to this with your set song.
Yeah, it's true. They scroll fast, but I think we did cover them all. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, absolutely everybody here for awakening awareness. Awareness awakening. Lots of A's. So, it's been a beautiful time shared with all of you, and thank you so much. And hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, we'd love to. Thank you, P and Stephen, Lisa, and we can both just take a moment to let people know what we have ahead and other opportunities
Perfect. Thank you. Yes.
that are available if you want to go deeper. GP, do you want to start?
Sure. I've got a whole school I call the Om School, and it's just got all sorts of different classes on it that you can go to. If you go to my site gpwalsh.com, it's got a link to the full range of it, and I do have a program coming up in September, which I think you guys do too, on inner reconciliation, on that process of reuniting with all this inner energies and experiencing the wholeness of the human life as a manifestation of the wholeness of the pure awareness, which is seamless and boundless. So that's coming up, And oh, if you want to know about that, yeah, gpwalsh.com/IRFFF, Foundations for Facilitating. So, but you can find it on my site as well, gpwalsh.com. That's why I kept it all short. It's easy to remember. Plus, my regular satsangs will be tomorrow at the same time, actually, at 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on YouTube. I do that every week, and field questions from folks. I keep remembering. I got to look at the camera. I keep looking at you guys. The cameras, the camera's over there. So. Yeah, that's what's coming up for me, and it's all available on my site. And you guys?
Great. Stephen, do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead, Kevin. I'll follow up with anything.
Any other things I forget. So you can find out about what Stephen and I do through raisingourvibration.net, raisingourvibration.net, and there you can. There's links to our Facebook page, which is Raising Our Vibration Community on Facebook. And we're actively posting practices, videos, and tips, and all sorts of resources on there. And then we have a book, Raising Our Vibration, Guide to Subtle Energy Meditation, which is available on Amazon. There's a link to that on our webpage. And we have the ROV meditation app, that we have countless guided meditations, guided practices of all different sorts, of all different themes. And that's on iOS and on Android. And then we have our 10-week subtle energy meditation course. And as GP said, we have a new one of those coming up August 21st, starting August 21st, going for 10 consecutive Saturdays. And we meet for 2 hours. And the course follows our book, and we meet together and we do additional practices. We have practice together because, it's one thing to say you're going to meditate, and I should do that. I really should do that. But it's really great when you have a group to get together and to do this together for 10 weeks. It really deepens people's experience. And as Stephen can tell you, the experience of the group meditation is just powerful. So there is a connection in the group, just like I think you all experienced here today. There's an energy, a collective energy, and a collective awareness that is just really alive and awakened in these group practices. So you get to do that with you for 10 weeks. And then from there, we have ongoing, we have a practice group for people who've been in the course that we meet once a month. And then on our Raising Our Vibration community page, we do global meditation each month. So all of that can be found on raisingourvibration.net. Stephen, anything I missed?
Well, in addition to that, we do have teacher training courses. So we do actually run, if you're interested in training and teaching in subtle energy vibration, subtle energy techniques, where we do have a teacher training course. So we've got a group of teachers working with us right now, and who are really spreading this beautiful light and radiance and presence throughout the cosmos, starting with this globe. And I do think the collective is, as Kevin was saying, and as you were all saying, GP and Lisa, and thank you so much for this opportunity to everyone. Because I think the power, if you want to look at the power of the current pandemic everybody is in, it's this power to come together like this virtually and actually to raise our vibration or raise the frequency so that we actually have become accustomed and familiar to this vibration where we're not meeting in the physical. Traditionally, over the last few years, I would have met groups of people in the physical, but with the grace of Zoom and all the other technologies, we're actually reaching out to each other in different ways. And in that sense, we're raising our vibration frequency closer to the light body, where we're not meeting in the physical. So there is a very unboundness to the way that we're doing this, and you can all feel this incredible vibration of of the collective, the power and energy of this consciousness and this pure awareness that you all are. So Kevin and I offer a whole variety of assistance to that pure consciousness, to that pure awareness. In the next 4 weeks, just something I'm doing personally, I'm doing an astrology for awakening course for anybody who is interested, and it actually guides people right from preliminary practices of awakening and awareness through to Shamatha, Vipassana, nature of mind, Tantra, and magical practices. So through awareness. So it's a very unique course. So if anybody is interested in that, you can find that on altairlove.com. But Kevin, anybody here can direct you to me or to Kevin, and obviously you all know GP and Lisa very well.
We'll track you guys down.
We'll track we can all track each other down. But I really wanted to thank you all for the tremendous opportunity to really understand and recognize the power of liberation in all your lives, and the power that does make you the Christ consciousness or the Buddha consciousness or the consciousness of a divine mother right here in this very presence, in this very moment, and in this moment, and in this one. So thank you for your pure presence and your infinite and immaculate practice, always.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for this time. Thank you. We shall see everybody soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Bye for now.
Bye.